Jan Crawford joins us now from the National Zoo. Jan, thanks for being with us. What a surprise for everyone. At what point did the zoo realize that Mei Xiang was giving birth to twins?
Well, they were actually watching it on the panda cam, and they heard some noise, looked up at the screen, and there it was. So it was kind of obviously not something that they had expected, but not entirely unexpected, if that makes any sense, because believe it or not, pandas actually give birth to twins about half the time, but it's very difficult for them to survive because the mothers have a hard time taking care of both. So that's now what the zoo is really focused on, keeping both of those babies alive, and it's not easy. I mean, it was a pretty tough night last night.
And Jan, we heard from the veterinarian in your piece that this is a very critical time for these panda twins. How optimistic are zoo officials that both of these pandas will survive and be healthy?
Well, you know, I mean, obviously, I think they're really optimistic. It's a thrilling time here at the zoo, but they're also realistic because they know the challenges. I mean, that these babies don't always make it, and sometimes they may not even realize that something is wrong. A few years ago, they lost a baby panda after 6 days because they had liver abnormalities. They didn't even know that because they weren't able to determine it until after the panda had passed away. So, you know, I think that they're very exciting. It's a thrilling moment here at the zoo, and especially when you get twins. Just 2 years after another baby panda was born here, but realistic because they do know the challenges, and trying to keep both of these pandas healthy and alive is something that's taking a lot of effort and a lot of human effort.
Jan, I know you spoke to one of the doctors caring for Mei Xiang's twins, and she said there was some difficulty swapping out the cubs last night. Can you tell us about that?
You know, this is the thing about this story, and this is what I think we all kind of relate to. It is in so many ways, it's also a human story. So if you think about it, Mei Xiang has just given birth to twins, and now for the benefit of the twins, they're trying to take one of them away from her so she can nurse one, and then they put the other in the incubator because she really can't take care of both, but she doesn't want to give up her baby. So, you know, she doesn't understand that. So last night, about 11 o'clock, when they went to do the swap and put one of the baby pandas in the incubator so she could nurse the other one, she didn't want to give up her baby. And it was a very difficult night. It took several hours. They finally decided just to keep the other panda cub in that incubator and feed it there. You know, not have her nurse that one. But then this morning they finally were able to make that swap. But that's just part of the challenges. And again, I think that's something that most of us can relate to. Like, you know, no, I want to keep, this is my newborn, I want to keep it. But it is in her interest and in the interest of those baby pandas for their survival.
We also know, Jan, that big sister Bao Bao turned 2 this weekend. What did the zoo do to celebrate that?
Oh, you know, she had a big time here, a big party, and now she's got siblings. So just imagine what it's going to be like for her when she turns 3, and hopefully she'll have 2 siblings here to celebrate. Then, of course, in a couple years, she's going to go back to China under the terms of our agreement. You know, the pandas are kind of on loaner, and then if they're born here, they stay here for 4 years, and then they'll go back to their home country.
All right, so much interest here in the U.S., though. Those pandas, a lot of people rooting for those twins. Jan Crawford at the National Zoo, thanks so much.
Sure, Elaine, thanks.